Yo, this is Michael Truth. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the Distort tool in CorelDraw to create a logo. Remember, our unit is going to be in inches, so everything we'll be doing will be in inches. Let's jump right into it. I'm going to draw this shape, selecting my rectangle tool, and the length is going to be 4, whilst we're going to have, let me copy this. I have this all set. So our height is going to be 1.327. Then I'm going to click on the rectangle tool again, click on my rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw another shape. And here my width is going to be 2.386, while the height is 2.01. And I want these things to be in the middle, right? So what I'm doing is I highlight everything and I'm pressing P on the keyboard to have this. So what I want to do now is click on the square, and I'm holding the shift key down, then I press the arrow key down to move it faster. I want this thing to be bigger, so I'm going to zoom in with shift F2 and press the F3 to zoom out a bit. Press this here. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all of them, and I'm going to my property bar and weld. That's good. But before I go ahead, let me bring the ruler in the middle of it all. That's good. I'm going to click on my shape tool and create a knot here. Double click to create a knot. Double click to create a knot. Now my ruler is done. I'm going to delete it. I'll click on the shape again, pick my shape tool, and here I'm going to drag this downwards. This is for the purpose that we can have exactly the kind of curve we are having here. All right, so I'm going to select this, which it is already selected. I'm going to convert to curve, and there I'm going to remove this knot by double clicking or deleting the knot from here. Then I'll click here and curve this down a bit and curve this down a bit. And here I have already created a node, so what I'm going to do is highlight all the nodes below, and I'm going to convert to curve. Then I'm going to double click here to have this arc exactly what I want, right? Then I'm going to go to the shadow tool, click on the caret symbol, locate my distort tool. Then I'm going to come over here and click drag to the bottom until I have something similar to this, and I'm going to leave it. That is it. So now what I want to do next is to make sure that I get rid of this nose here, the arcs here, make it curving. So I'm going to convert this to curve, go to object and convert to curves, that I can use the shape tool, click on the shape tool. I'm going to highlight all of these 4 nodes, 2 on both sides. Then I'm going to convert to curve again, and instead of doing this individually, I'm just going to highlight all of them. Whilst they are still highlighted, I'm going to click on one of them, double click just to delete, and there we go. I have a nice curve, but I want it to kind of like curve. Let me work on it. Bring this below. That's okay, and this one as well. That might be good. So let me move this aside for now and click on my rectangle tool and draw this shape, going in here to copy, and let's get the height. Move it here. I need another tool, so I'm going to press the space bar to have this. let's get the size and go here. You can use any size. I think this size is okay for me. That is why I'm using it. You can choose any size you want, customize this as it is. I press the space bar to deselect my rectangle tool. Now what I want to do is to go back here and click my distort tool again. Something I forgot to tell you, when you select the distort tool initially, this is what was supposed to be selected, the push and pull distortion, but I preferred using the zipper distortion, so this is what we are using. We use the zipper to create this, and we are going to use the zipper as well to create this. I'm going to click somewhere here and drag and have something similar to this. This is okay. Deselect, pressing the space bar. I want to get rid of that, and what I'm going to do is to move this. That is okay, and I'm going to highlight all of this. Then I'll move to the properties bar and weld. Then I'll go to the angle of rotation, and I'm going to type 90, and that is good for me. Let me zoom out a bit. There, I'm going to move this here, position it here. I think it's quite bigger. I want it to fall exactly here. Highlight all of them, shift F2. Okay, that didn't work, but I wish you can see this. Let me kind of zoom in. 100% work. I want to know if I see everything is working, so let's make this 150%. That's okay. What I want to do is, I don't want to mess up with the entire shape, so what I'm going to do is I'll just double click to have my shape tools selected, and I can highlight this side both and just make sure that I reposition. I think that might work. Let me highlight again, and okay, the first one was okay. Deselect, and I'm going to highlight all of them. Okay, let me drop this one down a bit. That should be okay. Highlight all of them and weld. Bingo. So this is what we have. Beautiful, right? Now I want to give it a color, so I'm going to click on select my logo and move to the status bar. Double click on the fill color, which currently is set to none because we don't have a fill color. Then let me close this and bring it somewhere here that you can be seeing what is going on. Follow the same process, bring this in. Now it's on none, so I'm going to click on the uniform fill, and I have black, but that's not what I want. I want this to be RGB, so I'm going to select the color model to be RGB and change this actually to 28 and the G to 32, and the black is going to be 77. I want some bluish color but dark, and this is what we have by far. Beautiful. Let me resize this a bit, dragging it proportionally, and that is okay. Now we need some text in here, so I'm going to select my text tool and click. I have some stuff prepared here, company name, so it means this, you can just have your company name down there, and I'm going to change this font to, what do we have, this. That's good, and I'm bringing it all over here, bring it in them and change the color to white that you can see it. Resize a bit, that should be okay. The next thing I want to do is to convert this to bitmap that I can work with on it. Convert to bitmap, leave this 300 and change this to RGB and click on OK. Now you see something has happened. This is now an image, so I'll go to the shadow tool again and look for envelope. Now this should be bigger. Let me increase this, and I'm going to double click this to remove this node. Click here and move this one upward. Double click this to remove it. Click here, and this is going upward. Let me move this one as well forward, and this should go this way a bit. Okay, that's so bad. I'm going to zoom in to see exactly what should be done. So I'm going to bring this thing out a bit, down a bit, and move it up. That should be okay, I guess. It's not so cool, baby. Because of time, you have to move on. F8 to bring my text box, to bring my text tool and change this to white. So this is going to be your motto. I'm going to go through the same process: convert bitmap, convert to bitmap, and RGB 300. Click OK, and let me see this thing. Oh, that's too big, so 100 will be okay. And distort is selected, envelope is selected already. Remove this node and click here. It's already converted to curve. Remove this, it's already converted to curve, and bring it up here. That is how you use the distort tool to create a logo in CorelDraw.